Hello, everybody. Sorry. Can you hear me okay? Audio check. Audio check. How we doing, everybody? I'm doing good, doing well. I know, I'm not used to seeing me at such an hour. Hello, hello, hello. Yay, audio good. I can't always tell with YouTube. In case y'all forgot, I haven't really streamed on YouTube in a hot minute. How's everyone doing? Does everyone have like a good, I forget last time I was live. It's been like a week or two, I think. I don't remember the last platform I was live on. Oh goodness. It's been 84 years. Yeah, I was debating just doing like an Aki stream tonight, either on Twitch or Fansly, but I couldn't decide on a game. And I figured if I was just gonna hang out on Yap, why do that on one of those platforms when I can hang out and Yap on here, you know? It's like, why not? Why not Yap on here? What's stopping me? How's everyone been? I know it's late and it's a weeknight, but still. Fun fact, I wound up not going on my trip. I know, that sounds crazy, but yeah, it did not happen. It did not happen. I wound up being too sicky poo. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, it happened. I was a sick goyle. Wound up having a simultaneous ear infection and sinus infection. And they're thinking the sinus infection caused the ear infection, but either way, I was not doing okay. The better part of like 3.5, 4 days, I was just in bed, a wreck. Oh, phone, come back. One thing I hate about these phone stands that are for the magnet thingy on the phone is There, flimsy as all get out. You just look at it wrong and it falls off. So yeah, this was definitely a week for me. I had like a week. Started off sick, and then Thursday night we started having these really nasty storms roll through. And so like Thursday night going into Friday morning, our internet cut out. And it was dead like all of Friday. And the worst part about it was I was supposed to be part of like a gaming collab with someone I met, and I had like no real way to get a hold of her other than trying to ping her on Discord, and she didn't get my messages. So I'm like falling asleep, and I get this Discord call, and it's the group call for playing the game, and I'm like, guys, I have no internet except on my phone. I can't play. Isn't that just like sucky poo though? Like, of all the times I really need to have internet going, it's like no. It came back sometime Saturday morning, but I was pretty cautious, and plus I wasn't feeling all over the weekend either. I kept getting these weird back of head headaches. Also, as a reminder, summer sucks where I live, and that means my, oh! No wonder it's hot in my office! Give me 1 second. All of my fans except the ceiling fan are up. No wonder I'm a sweaty mess. Give me a second. Okay, I was wondering why, despite it not being terribly hot out, that I'm like sitting in my office sweating my my titties off. That's because I only have one fan going, and it's a ceiling fan, and the ceiling fan kind of sucks. I'm sweaty. Let's see, what does the forecast say that it's... What's temperature right now? It is in the 80s at 11:30 at night. What the heck, Texas? No wonder I'm so sweaty. Yeah, thank you for the subscription to the channel. Appreciate you. It's kind of fun. Usually, I light candles before I stream or work on content in my office. But it was so sweaty in here, I'm like, if I light a candle, I'm just gonna set the whole universe on fire. I'm weirdly superstitious. I feel like, you know, having a candle going would be like a weird good luck charm. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, because I've been sick and whatnot, I've been behind on so much stuff. Not just like stuff for the channel, like roleplays and whatnot, but other projects like my music and just so much stuff because my body hates me, apparently. Oh yeah, I feel like I have something important I need to share. Better check to see what it is, because I don't remember off the top of my head. My memory is like worse than Dory. I swear, I am worse than Dory. Oh hey, yeah, cup is available. I forgot that cup was supposed to come out this last weekend. I am so behind between being sick and the internet not working over the weekend. I'd better make that a known thing. So tell me, my friends, how's everyone been doing in your necks of the woods? I never know what to say for that. Like, words are hard, man. Words are hard. Yes, there's a new waifu shaker cup with Orchid that just came out over the weekend, and I am dumb and forgot that was going to happen. So I'm not going to be too angry at myself because I was sick. So I can't be too mad. Yes, we has Orchid cup. It is limited edition. Not sure how long the sale period will be, but better be safe than sorry and grab it while you can. The company is based in the UK, so I think if you're like not in this thing in the UK, if it does get made available to ship out, it may take a while. But like, it goes perfectly with my Drink Gamer Girl stuff. I wish there was new flavors. I need to make a graphic to announce because there's new flavors. There's new Orchid flavors for hydration and energy, and there's a new beach towel. Great for summer. And I'm so behind on stuff because of being sick and internet troubles and everything else going on in life. Yeah, terrible when like life's like, hey, you got this thing going on. Well, guess what? Screw you. That seems to be how like life has been for me lately. It's been like, yeah, screw you, bitch. I need like more diverse merch. I feel like everybody offers the same stuff, and I'm like, I want to be different, yo. Like one of the things I want to offer are like hook and loop patches, or as people like to be fancy call them, Velcro patches. Mm-hmm. It's also kind of annoying that like the companies that are willing to work with smaller creators or mid-sized creators are all like not based, either not based in America, or they themselves are small companies and have like no reach when it comes to advertising. Oh, I know what that's like, my dude, because yeah, I used to work like a human job before I got disabled, and I've been in positions of power. I did not like it. Like, it's weird. I used to always want to be like a filmmaker, like, freaking Kubrick, despite knowing that would mean, not being able to keep all the people on my staff and whatnot, especially if they didn't do a good job. Because Kubrick was notoriously, like, picky and, like, on top of everything and wanted everything done a certain way. Which meant, obviously, he had to fire people. A lot. And I'm like, I'm not that kind of person. Can I be the nice Stanley Kubrick? Is there such a thing? Yeah, those who don't know, I went to university originally to, be a film person. And I actually worked in the film industry for a while. And then I got sick. And life decided to turn on me. I don't recommend letting life turn on you. It's not fun. It's not good for anybody. It's weird, like, okay, I know it's summer and all, but it does not feel like a Monday night to me. Feels like a not Monday night. Which I know is, like, super specific, but still. Sorry if you can hear, like, typing ASMR, like, I'm multitasking. Well, usually I stream on my old phone, like, using my old phone as the capture. My old phone decided to not charge, so I'm using it for other stuff. Oh, if you work for a corporate job, no, they do not care about actual quality of output of anything. They just want things done fast, for as cheap as possible. I've learned that a lot in the last decade. See, this is what I don't like about summer, is that it gets really hot, even at night. So I'm sitting here, like, sweating. Now, it is funny, is using your merchandise, because I found one of my OG Orky mouse pads, and I've been using it, and it's been dope. And listen, okay, I know it's been a hot minute since there's been, like, oh, I don't know, any real content other than, like, streams, but life has been just in the way. That's, like, the best way to put it. Like, life has just been like, nah, no working on stuff for you. It is hot. I don't know about humid per se, because I don't really live in the most humid climate, though it does get humid when it's going to rain. And I'm just sitting here, like, made of liquid. I'm like, no, I don't want to turn into a liquid. What are humans anyway? If we're, like, mostly water, are we a liquid? Are we a solid with gases? What are we? Also, I've noticed YouTube's been adding like a bajillion features, and it's very weird, like why they're adding what they're adding. Like, why did we need to bring back the direct messaging feature on YouTube? Like, did we need that? Did we need that? There's one thing when this was like a small website and people used it like they use social media, but it's not like that anymore. Hello, we're doing alright. I'm just a hot, sweaty mess. I'm a hot goyle. That's a good point. And speaking of giveaways, I'm supposed to be doing a giveaway. But I was trying to figure out how. Like, how do I do a giveaway and make it fair when I have almost 60k subs? The only limitation I got from the company working with me is that they have to be in, like, I believe they have to be in, like, the North America region. Because apparently the cost of shipping something that's free overseas is a bit much for them. Speaking of which, there's been enough sales for Drunk Gamer Girl that I can give away more than just 2 powder tubs. I can give away other stuff too. I need to figure it out. Because, yeah, I made a deal, like, when I, dotted the I's and crossed the T's with Drunk Gamer Girl, that regardless of how well sales do, I really didn't want another thing that I'd have to deal with taxes. Because as it is, as a content creator with 3 personas who works on multiple platforms, I have to deal with enough taxes as it is. Like, I got with Drink Gamer Girl more so to be able to offer more stuff for my audience, not so much to enrich myself. So I was like, is there any way y'all can just, like, keep my cuts of whatever sales are made and put it towards something so I can, like, give away stuff? And they're like, you're the first person to ask that. And I'm like, good. Can you do it? Because, yeah, I need to, just stuff. Even if it's just, like, increments of money, Uncle Sam don't care. It wants to know everything you're doing. And ever since my micro stroke last summer, my memory's been garbage. No matter how many notes I take and how many places, my memory's been garbage. And the last thing I want is to get audited by Uncle Sam because I forgot a place that generates me, like, pennies in income. Like, all I want is just, like, offer cool stuff for you all. Like that's legit it. Like, I just want y'all to be able to have neat stuff. Because so many other creators are able to offer this and offer that. And granted, a lot of them are bigger than me. But still, it's like, why should they get to offer all these cool stuff? It's like, I don't know, man. From what I've seen, even, just, like, online, the better, more tight-knit communities that tend to be more likely to, like, buy merch and stuff aren't necessarily the ones that are fans of, like, big creators with tons of followers and subscribers. It's the ones that are more, like, smaller mid-tier that tend to, like, form a bond with their communities. I don't know, man. I've known a couple of American creators who were like small to mid level, and they've gotten audited. So I don't want to risk it. Cause I hate to say it, like, yeah, they're not auditing the big, like, rich people, because rich people have ways to avoid it, but they'll definitely go after the small people who they think they can, like, shake coins out of. Cause I remember, like, last year, I was talking to my accountant, I'm like, do I even have to report Twitch? I got, like, maybe a couple $100 from them in an entire year. Do I really have to report this? Hello, things are okay. I'm finally getting over being sick, which is yay. And also, my internet seems to be working, which is another yay. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I miss doing audios. I really do. It's just life has not been on my side lately, like, at all. Like, generally, I'm surprised, like, nearly all of my audios came back when my channel came back, considering all the issues people have been having with, like, ear licking and ear eating audios. Funny thing is, I used to take ideas when I was first starting out, but then it got to a point where I was like, okay, if I take this person's idea, then I'll have to take, like, everyone's ideas, and I don't like everyone's ideas, but I don't want to hurt people's feelings. It just got to be an easier rule saying, like, I don't take requests, but I do take commissions at my discretion. Like, that just became, like, the easier thing. So, obviously not this past weekend. Weekend before, when I did the whole Orkibot thing that Friday night at that Hentai Monterey Con, I thought it was so cool that Orky was front page on drinkgamagirl.com with all her swag, and even intimately had Orky on their front page. Granted, not like front and center like Drink Gamer Girl did, but she's still up there, and I'm like, yeah, boy. I asked Uwe Market about that, if they would join in, then unfortunately, Uwe Market, in my opinion, allegedly, is run by a bunch of, like, clout goblins, and if you don't have enough clout, they don't feel the need to feature you. I'm just gonna say this now, as someone who has tried so many of those, like, drink mix companies over the years, like, legitimately, from, like, you know, G Fuel to Dubby to Advanced GG, Gamer Subs, all that, Drink Game Girl's honestly been the best. Like, they've had the best flavor selection. regardless of the concoction, whether it's energy or focus or hydration, and it has not given me a stomach ache. That was my biggest problem with so many of the other brands, is they'd give me a stomach ache or they'd have a god-awful aftertaste. Now, drink Amber Girl, I can even mix multiple different flavors, different types together in one drink, and it's still good. YouTube got weird about ASMR, and I kind of know why. I have a theory as to why, so hear me out. Hear me out as to what my theory is. YouTube did not get picky about ASMR until on streaming sites like Twitch, the popular ASMR streams were all random baddies in swimsuits and stripper clothes and lingerie, rolling around with 3DO style microphones, slobbering all over the ears while looking seductively at the camera. I think once that started becoming the meta of ASMR, it kind of ruined it for everybody else. Because for so long, even before that, we all had to argue it's not a sex thing. Yes, there's an erotic division to ASMR on certain platforms. Not here. There's a separation. Just like how fashion can be erotic, art can be erotic. The furry fandom is a great example. Yes, the furry fandom's huge, but it's not all sexual. ASMR is kind of like that. Yes, there's a sexual component to it, but it's not the entirety. But unfortunately, because those creators, and I use that term lightly, became front and center for a while, it kind of ruined the view of it for people who had no idea what ASMR even is. Because I even noticed, female ASMR creators, whether you show your face or not, or even use your voice or not, you get hit harder than male presenting ones. Because to this day, you can scroll YouTube. There are some very, very raunchy ASMR roleplays, really raunchy ones, way worse than anything I ever posted on here. But because the creators are male or male sounding, for some reason they're still there. And they've been there. It's not like they just got recently put up. They've been there, racked up, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. But if a female creator tried anything even similar, she'd get banhammered. Heck, female creators have gotten banhammered for way less. Well, music videos, I think it's because they are backed by major corporations, whereas a typical creator of any kind isn't. And with the ads, again, it's put up by companies through a separate feed, run by a whole separate division at Google, that I don't think YouTube themselves have any control over. I think Google Ads, which, the same people who pay out creators for their ad revenue, I think they're a whole separate division. And they run the ad feed for, the ads that run on YouTube. I don't think YouTube has much control over them, to be honest. Which is why I believe the reason why, people have complained about it and nothing's happened is because YouTube has no control over Google AdSense. Yeah, the ad division of YouTube is a whole separate company because keep in mind the ads that run on YouTube is the same server that runs ads on regular Google and other Google platforms that are not YouTube. And it's all the same network. I kind of figured this was the case because, like, I actually got really fed up for a while back when Susan Wojcicki was the CEO of YouTube, and all the dumbest shit people blamed her for that I knew for a fact was outside her control. Like, the notion people had that she hated YouTube, hated creators, hated everything, when the woman was one of the founders of Google itself and volunteered to helm YouTube when Google bought the company out years ago. To say she hated the company when she volunteered to helm it is like, wow, y'all, you do not know your internet history. Now, do I think the current CEO hates the culture of YouTube, hates what YouTube was supposed to be? Absolutely. He's a crypto bro. He's all in it for the money dollars. He's also not a founder of Google. Hello. I don't know how many of the founders of Google are even left and what they're doing. I just know that given YouTube's behavior the last couple of years, whoever is left from the OG founders has no teeth anymore in the company. Because one of Google's original, like, mottos from day one was do no evil. Like, that was written in their version of the Ten Commandments. It was do no evil. And they followed it for decades and decades with no questions asked. Suddenly, the OG founders of Google are disappearing and dropping like flies, and now suddenly Google's doing some evil. It kind of makes me wonder, like, okay, if the guy who helped found Apple way back when, who passed away from cancer, unfortunately, Steve Jobs, if he was still around helming Apple, how different things would be with the company. Oh, thank you. It always amuses me how much people love the MLP videos, considering A, MLP isn't really much of a thing anymore, and B, those videos are ancient. Like, okay, so it is so important that big software companies have, like, their own version of the Ten Commandments that keeps them on the straight and narrow. And I come from a family that has its own background in software creation. I have a couple of uncles who, in the 90s, founded a software company for educational software that wound up being used in schools all over America. So, obviously, they did well for themselves. But even they had, like, their own rules for how they conducted their business, how they treated their employees, what they put in the software, yada yada. Really, I didn't know that MLP. Okay, I've been so out of the MLP loop ever since, like, even before the show ended, because I had a point where I had no idea where to watch it anymore. I knew it was on, like, the Hub / Discovery Kids / whatever they called it, but then I cut cable and didn't know where to watch it anymore. Aw, thank you. Y'all make me want to do more MLP RPs, but, like, again, I haven't seen MLP in so long, I kind of forgot the characters, except maybe Pinkie Pie. Also, keep in mind, when I did the MLP audios, I was like in my late 20s. I had a much younger body, a much younger voice. I'm in my mid 30s now. I'm 36. I've had children since. Takes a toll on your voice. Okay, I'm so out of the loop with stuff that I had no idea that Miraculous Ladybug was not only licensed by Disney, but nearly all of the programming went to Disney, because I was wondering why like nothing new was coming up on Netflix or anything. And then I got told, oh no, it's on Disney Plus now. And I'm like, well, damn it. And that's another thing, like, okay, so one of the reasons why I never really did too much in the vein of doing characters that belong to other people is I didn't want to, A, get known as like a fan dubber or anything like that. And I didn't want to get stuck in a box where people only expected me to do like other people's characters. And just for the record, you can put this on the record, I will never do a Has-Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss RP. So anybody who asks, the answer is automatically no. I stay far away from that fandom. I don't know, like, one thing I've learned, especially in my older years, is to stay away from fandoms that tend to attract mass amounts of people who just have, like, a lot of issues. I know that's for me to say, considering I do ASMR content, but at the same time, I'm like, some of these series have been put out, it's like, gosh. Like, oh man, I gave Has-Been Hotel a chance, but that character of Angel, as someone who has done actual sex work for a good chunk of her adult life, beyond the internet, and has, seen firsthand the effects of addiction on people, I found the character kind of insulting. It's crazy. It's so crazy. And the fact the character is so popular, yet I know for a fact so many fans of that character would hate on a real life sex worker or a real life addict. It's like, ugh. I've debated doing event months where like I do the theme for that month, but because I can barely keep track of my own life, I'm like, I can't commit to anything like that. Exactly. Angel Dust is a horrid character, and not because, he's a sex worker. Not because he's an addict. You can be those things and not be a good person. But those things aren't what make you a bad person. You can be a bad person outside of those things. For example, I've worked among many sex workers. In my life, many were awesome people. Quite a few were not, and had nothing to do with them being sex workers. On the same token, I've known many addicts in my life. Most were decent people who just had a problem. Others were awful people, and they were awful with or without the addiction. Well, see, I have a secret for my storytelling, and that's because when I went to college way back in the day, and I zooming went back in the day at this point, I majored in film and minored in animation, and my goal was visual storytelling. So I kind of do that now, except because I don't have the means to, do big elaborate visual productions, I just convey it in audio form. I'm trying to get outside of just the romantic and the drama tropes. I'm trying to expand, get more adventure-y, more comedic. Because I'll be honest, y'all, I am so fed up with the accusations that because I have a lot of romantic tropes in my audios, that I just feed on the loneliness of men. Meanwhile, like, most of my audios are labeled as being for anybody. It's not exclusively designated to be for a male audience, but people seem to just ignore that. But like, how dare you prey upon the loneliness of men? And I'm like, I'm not, I swear. Like, you do realize that, like, anybody can be lonely regardless of, like, gender identity and sexuality. It's like, I hate to say it, things were so much worse for lonely people, particularly lonely young people, before the rise of, like, these, like, roleplay audios and even AI chatbots. Because a lot of lonely people, especially lonely young people, particularly lonely young women and queer people, would wind up getting in, like, serious trouble because they would, express their loneliness and get taken advantage of by real human beings who would hurt them. I may or may not speak from experience here. Okay, so it wasn't just inspired by Pacific Rim, it was inspired by a few different mech type concepts. But the whole reason I went for the whole mech thing was because, like, and this was before October 7th, 2023. I just got this inkling that sentiments towards Israel were souring no matter where you were. And I needed to find a way to justify keeping the character and telling her story without it being like she's exclusively IDF and that's it. And even now, the last audio I have of her, which came out like 2 weeks before October 7th, I did not plan for that. Some people have gravely misinterpreted it without even bothering to look at the date. I'll admit, I did the 2 pilot link thing not because of Pacific Rim, but because I was a huge fan of Darling in the Franxx. So I did like a version of that was like less perverted. Okay, so my whole character of Tova was not meant to glorify Israel, was not meant to glorify the IDF or any of that. She was created in honor of a loved one of mine who lost her life in 2018. 2018! Long ass time ago. And plus I wanted to, have a way to acknowledge my heritage because I am half Israeli. I don't hide that. I feel no reason to hide that. It's like for every person is like, you shouldn't tell people you're half Israeli. And I'm like, well, maybe you shouldn't tell people you're American considering everything going on in the world right now. I know. A lot of hypocrisy going on. Like, I'm allowed to hate the Prime Minister just as much as Americans are allowed to hate the President. And we don't get punished for it either in Israel. Like, we can say Netanyahu's evil all we want. We don't get punished. As long as you're, like, not, literally threatening about it. Because I'm sorry, like, just as how you can get in trouble for directly threatening the president in America, you can get in trouble for directly threatening the prime minister in Israel. And Israel is a much smaller country. Its landmass is the size of New Jersey in the United States. It's a lot easier for them to find you. It just gets so frustrating for me when people speak with so much authority on a country they have never been in before and probably didn't care about until like 3 years ago. Like, okay, so I follow these pretty big creators on YouTube, H3H3. They do a podcast now. They used to do, like, a comedy reaction channel. And it's a husband and wife. The wife is born and raised Israeli. And the husband is Israeli via marriage, via dual citizenship. And they have faced so much shit since that war started, despite them having lived in the US for like a decade. And yeah, the wife did serve her mandatory 2 years in the IDF when she was like college age, which is when you're supposed to. And back in those days, I wouldn't say it was like peaceful because it never is, but there was like nothing going on then. There was no reason for, the mandatory enlistees to rebel and, opt for jail time. Because most people were just assigned, like, secretarial work or, jobs as security, escorting foreigners, or peeling potatoes. It was nothing serious. And I get so frustrated when a country that hasn't had mandatory service in like 60 years thinks that they're the be-all end-all knowledge base for a country that's had mandatory service since its inception. Like, I'm sorry, like, young people in Israel, when they're finishing up their schooling, they're not immediately thinking about what they're going to study in university. They're thinking about, like, how quickly they can get their mandatory 2 years done with minimal damage to themselves and others, and then move on with their lives. See, now with the war, and a lot of people in the country protesting the war, like a lot of people, you do have a lot of young people opting for the jail time instead of service. A lot of them. It's actually becoming a problem. But, outside of this war, like, most people just, there's a normal thing. Like, you just did your time and then moved on with your life. The people are not the problem. I would say at least 60-70% of the Israeli people are not the problem. The people born and raised there especially are not the problem. It's the people coming in mainly from like America and Europe, trying to settle there, that are part of the problem. And it's very, very slim sects of uber Orthodox Judaism trying to run the country that are the problem. I don't know, this has been just particularly frustrating for me because my loved one who died in 2018, her memorial page has been left in peace for so many years, just the occasional like well wishes from family and friends on special occasions, to now her family had to private it where no one can see it because within months after the war started, it was just getting lambasted with a bunch of just crap. And people accusing her of things she never did in her lifetime. Exactly, it's very nuanced. Like, I was, a young American when 9/11 happened. I was in school. I saw it happen right in front of me on the TV set. And I happened to live in a state at the time where it was an hour away from the World Trade Center. So I happened to see the plumes of debris for a good month afterwards. It was crazy. Just because of what my life was like at the time. Did that make me hate all of Afghanistan? Even at like 11, 12 years old? No. Because I knew it wasn't all those people. It was just like a small sect of really crazy people. Like, a lot of people don't remember this because either they weren't alive or were very young and lived outside Israel. But in the late 90s, overseen by the US and some other countries, there was an accords signed by Yasser Arafat, who was the leader of the Palestinians at the time, and the current Prime Minister of Israel, who was not Netanyahu. And it was the stepping stones towards what was hopefully going to be a two-state solution. And then that Prime Minister, got voted out or retired or whatever. And then Netanyahu took over and pretty much spat in that man's face, tore up the Accords, wanted to do things his way. So it's not like there hasn't been effort. There has been. It's just we now have a literal criminal warmonger leading a nation, and he's been that way since before this current war started. Oh, have a good night. I know, it's like super duper late. By the way, those who don't know, I got a dog a few months ago. Her name is Miss Sadie Lady. Or just Sadie. She's a German Shepherd mix. And she's adorable. I believe my husband's out on a walk with her right now. He likes to walk her currently like at nighttime when it's not like as blazing hot out. Oh, they outgrow their tank? Yeah, that happens. Reptiles can get pretty big, depending. Do you know what kind of turtles they were? Because some turtles, like, when you get them, the breeder or store or whatever will, like, lie about what they are and make them seem like something they're not. Oh, you got snappers? Yeah. Don't keep snappers too long. They can get big and they can get very grumpy. I remember when my grandmother found an alligator snapping turtle in the pool in her backyard and she didn't know what to do. She wound up calling the local police. Beats an alligator in the pool, because that happened a lot where she lived, where people were getting alligators in the pool, because yay, Florida. We'd actually been planning on getting a dog for a while, but unfortunately the big hindrance was my elderly cat, Knight. He had hit a point where he was not doing well, and we didn't want to stress him anymore by introducing a new animal of any kind to the house. But he passed away early in April, and we just had my oldest daughter's cat left, who was looking kind of bored and lonely. And we're like, well, our big excuse for not looking at dogs is gone. And so by chance, we just wandered through the local shelter to see like who and what they had. There were a few dogs that interested us, but for some reason, Sadie was the one that caught my eye. Like, there was something about her that I'm like, this is a good dog. Because here's the thing about Sadie is that she's, she's at the shelter, but she was already over 6 years old, from what they could tell, and she had an owner for a period of time because she already knew basic commands and apparently had some agility training, but they didn't know much more because she was found a ways away and was held at a different shelter before being transferred to my local shelter. But based on the town she was found in, I'm thinking because of its proximity to a military base, she could have been owned by a military family that got relocated last minute, and they didn't have time to rehome her. And a lot of people have this stigma against just taking, pets they can't take care of anymore to shelters, because they just assume shelters will just kill them, which isn't usually the case. So she was found wandering the streets and got caught by the dog catcher, brought to that other shelter. Plus, it's also really telling by how well she responds to my husband, who's, a staff sergeant in the Marines. Like, it's pretty telling. Like, she had some sort of authority figure for her previous owner. Whether she was owned by a military family that had to leave her because, unfortunately, not every military location allows her pets. Or she, was owned by somebody who passed away, and the family of the passed away person dumped her. And she was definitely very accustomed to having, an authority figure. Yeah, you mentioning your snapping turtles reminded me, when I was a kid, I probably damaged a whole ass ecosystem without realizing it. See, I found this catfish when I lived up in the Northeast, and I was trying to keep it, but it got too big for its tank. And so when time came for my family to go visit my grandparents in Florida, I decided to bring it with us, and way behind my grandparents' house was this pond lake thingy that I knew had fish and stuff in it. So I set the catfish free in there. So either that catfish became food for something else, or that catfish destroyed that ecosystem. But to be fair, I was 8. Hello. Whew. Yeah, the only issue we have right now with the doggo is she's not very friendly to other dogs. Now, if there's a fence between her and the other dogs, like the dogs on the yard on the other side of us, she's usually pretty okay with them. But if she can see the dog, nope, she's gonna bark. Even if she's in the house. She does like the kiddo. She's not sure what to make of the 1-year-old. She's not sure what to make of the little guy. But she enjoys the other 3 that can cuddle on her and pet her and give her treats. I do enjoy having a dog again. I really do. I missed having a doggo. I did. So I'm getting kind of frustrated with YouTube, like randomly deleting things of mine, and it's like, but that stuff's been okay for years, YouTube. What's your problem? Hey, excuse me a sec. I need to go potty. Because of course I do. Hey everybody, sorry about that, I'm back. I had to use not my usual bathroom. Because my usual bathroom was taken, so I'm like, no. Hello, how you doing? How's your night / day / time zone doing? There's a lot of options for the drink stuff. Well, funny enough, I'm not primarily a VTuber on YouTube. I'm a VTuber elsewhere, but not YouTube. I do the VTuber stream thing on YouTube because I many years ago at this point, I can't believe how long 2020 was, but I had a stalking incident way back in the day. So when I learned about VTubing, I was like, hell yeah, I can do the live thing again. Not risk showing anything identifying, so I don't have to worry about any creeps. Cause that was my big problem back in the day, was them creeps. Creeps do be creeping. It's like creeps are creeping and not wanting to tell your boundaries. So yeah, it's going. I literally just got back from a BRB break because all I wanted to do was go potty, but like the closest potty to my office was taken. And I'm like, no, I have to hike now. Don't you love it when your fan says it's on, but you can't feel any cold air? No, not that bad. No, not that intense. How about less intense? No. Oh, there we go. There, now I got a real fan going. You have no idea how melty it is in my workroom. You don't want to know how melty it is in my workroom. It is like all the degrees Fahrenheit, and my body's like, haha, you can melt. One in the morning, 80 degrees Fahrenheit outside. America, why? I get it, it's humid, it's supposed to rain later, but still, ugh. I don't trust aluminum foil. That's what the conspiracy theorists use, and doesn't seem to help them any. What I've learned, if you just strip enough, eventually the world will just bow to your whim at some point. So sorry if you can hear me breathe. I tend to get very snuffleupagus when it's warm. And it's very warm where I am right now, and I hate it. I hate it! Sorry, when I'm sweaty, it gets hard for me to think, because all my brain can focus on is the fact that I am sweating. Office, why are you so noisy? I swear, my office in and of itself could be good for, like, unintentional ASMR. I've been on for like 2 hours, and it is, oh shoot, it is late for me. I think I'm gonna hop off and figure out what I'm gonna do for the rest of the week. But thank you everyone who stopped by. I really appreciate it. Sorry for the long BRB. My body hates me sometimes. But you'll see me again, whether it's like streaming on my actual streaming platforms or content or whatever. I'll get things figured out, don't worry. But hope you have a good night, if it's night for you, or a good day. I'll catch you later, okay? Stay awesome. Hada hada. Mwah.